Hey, what's up, good people? It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Saturday morning, March 9th, and it's 8:33 in the a.m. And I am only on my second reading. Yeah, the readings are juicy this morning. Plus, I'm experiencing a little bit of the technical difficulties, so I'm doing what I can, but it's definitely slowing up my day. Today's reading in daily reflection is surrendering self-will. And this is a weighty subject these days because everything is about self esteem, self worth, self serving, self seeking, self satisfying, self rising. We want to take God out of everything and just give ourselves credit. And we're seeing the moral outcomes of self, but we don't want to discuss self defeating or self sabotage. We want a God that somehow falls into service of us as opposed to the other way around. We want a God divorced from deity. We want a God that we assign divine powers to. And then we're good. Let me just get into this reading. It starts off with talk of the steps. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understand Him. See, surrender, waving the white flag. I've tried doing it my way. It's not working. And see, surrender, I want to say, antagonizes our sense of pride. And that we see surrender as being weak. I hear phrases like, I ain't no punk, I ain't no quitter, I'm not going to do da-da-da. But see, when you wave that white flag, it's a strategic move. Yes, I'm yielding right now until a new battle plan is developed. See, you get to live to fight again. I want you to think about that visual for a minute. You get to live to fight again. Surrender doesn't mean you just lay down and everything just ceases. God has a plan for you. But see, we like to think we have a plan for God. And so we get battle weary. And I need to tell you, you're in the wrong fight. Let me just continue on with this reading. No matter how much one wishes to try, exactly how can one turn his own will and his own life over to the care of whatever God he thinks there is? In my search for the answer to this question, I became aware of the wisdom with which it was written, that this is a two-part step. I could see many times where I should have died or at least been injured during my previous style of living, and it never happened. someone or something was looking after me. I chose to believe my life has always been in God's care. He alone controls the number of days I will be granted until physical death. The matter of will, self-will or God's will, is the more difficult part of the step for me. It is only when I have experienced enough emotional pain through failed attempts to fix myself that I become willing to surrender to God's will for my life. Surrender is like the calm after the storm. When my will is in line with God's will for me, there is peace within. And see, I want you to think about all the little cutesy phrases that we give certain things. Anxiety, Now, I said cutesy, and that's a bit dismissive, so I apologize for that. But the labels that we use for certain things, we got anxiety, we got trauma, we got generational curses. And the bottom line is, all this moves us out of the will of God. And we dismiss it with, that's just the way I am. That's just the way my family is. That doesn't mean you have to stay like that. There's an atonement for whatever. But you fail to recognize it. You fail to give it deity. You fail to unleash its power to its full potential because you're stuck in self. In recovery, they talk about that moment of clarity. In that brief instant, just consider the what if. Amen.